Hi, this is Jill from Hulu Yoga, and this is the chair gentle yoga class. And we're going to be working today with the theme of foundation. And it's super important because we not only need this structurally, but we need this internally. And in this chair class, we have the assistance of the chair to help us with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Just notice that how you're seated. Can you sit way up for a moment? And we have these built-in locks. They're called bandhas, and they're pelvic floor. So you just feel right where you're sitting, that energy, just engage it. It doesn't have to be too much, just enough so that you're supported. And then a little above that, below the navel, draw that in and up. So the pelvic floor we call mula or root lock. Mula Bandha. And then above that, we call that Uddiyana Bandha or flying upward lock, right? And then once you get to the top of the spine, you can gently just drop the chin, keeping everything engaged. And it just seals in that energy for a moment. And if you can stay supported, you might be able to let go of your hands and come into prayer position. Otherwise, just stay where you are. And we're going to now vibrate in the mantra Om. Om is just all the sounds of the universe together, and Ah, Ooh, So just taking a breath in. Just as a sturdy foundation is crucial for the stability and longevity of a physical structure, a strong foundation is essential for a meaningful and fulfilling life. If the foundation is firm, the building can withstand calamities. The practice of yoga is the foundation so that the self is not shaken under any circumstances. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Foundation, it's so wonderful that we can do all these things in chairs to help us build the strength that we need for our everyday life, for longevity. So let's go ahead and start to notice where we are in the body, right? Can you really maybe use your hands again and lift way up? What does it feel like to maybe sink a little, right? And then lift back up again. And then stay as lifted as you can. My feet are fully supported in the floor. And then from there, inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach away. So you feel like you're moving with the breath. You can just gaze down the nose and a little straight ahead. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll do one more, moving with breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's just do some shoulder circles now. Inhale, lift up, roll back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll back. So just feeling the shoulders opening up a little bit, roll back. Now let's go the other way. And up and forward. And breathing, inhale and exhale. So we move with the breath. Inhale and exhale. And now sitting up tall, we're going to take a gentle neck stretch. So you can maybe hold on with the left hand, gently drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, but pull your right shoulder a little away from that ear. As you then take your right hand and now pull the left shoulder away from the left ear and just use the weight of the hand. You're not pulling your neck. You're not pulling on your head, right? It just should feel nice. And then gently turn down so you're looking in the direction of your right armpit. And just stay there. Keep pulling the left shoulder away from the left ear. And then look straight ahead. And then inhale, start to rise up. So holding on, really drawing the shoulders down but wide. Let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. And then very gently take the left hand and just rest it on your head. Roll the right shoulder away from the right ear and let the left ear just fall and breathe. And now gently just turn the chin towards your left armpit and breathe. Keep drawing the right shoulder away from the right ear. And then inhale, look straight ahead and rise up. We're going to come into some assisted standing postures. So we'll just turn to the right, and then keeping your right butt on the chair, reach the left leg back. And then really reaching through the left leg, you can bend the knee at first, and that helps you to feel maybe the hip flexors on this back leg, and then straighten. And we'll do that a few times. So you can bend, kind of tuck it under, and then straighten. Just notice what's going on there today. And one more time, and straighten. And try to hold this now. We're gonna add the arms. So inhale, reaching the left arm up, and just reaching up really tall. And then see if you can take a gentle side bend over to the right. It doesn't have to be big. Inhale here, and rise up. And then from there, we're gonna reach both arms now if you can. Inhale, lift up. Feel firm in that right foot. That's your foundation. And reach up. Inhale, reach the arms and back. And then gently, maybe your head comes along, but just gently. And then inhale, rise up. And then from here, we're going to take it into warrior two. So we're going to turn the back foot out. And again, keep the weight on that right hip. But now we're in an open position. So just reach the arms, open, warrior two, strong warrior, and turn and gaze over the right fingertips. Really feeling that right knee opening out. Just breathe, a gentle gaze down the fingertips. And keep breathing. And then from here, we're going to take it into a pose called Utthita Parsvakonasana, just a fancy way of saying extended side angle pose. So we'll take the forearm on the front leg, and I think it feels really nice to circle this top arm and just really reach. You get a lot of side body. Start by taking your gaze down for a moment. I'm just scooting my foot forward a little bit. So my foot I try to get it right under the knee. And then from here, gazing straight ahead. And if it feels accessible and good in your body, you could change your gaze. It's down the nose and maybe a little up. And then from here, we're going to start to come out of the pose, and we'll come to the other side. So just turning your feet, we'll come into the lunge on the other side. So you feel your left butt really supporting yourself, right? Supporting your structure. And your back knee is going to be a little bent to start. We try to keep that tail under. And then we do a few where we straighten and bend. I'm getting a really nice stretch across the top of this right hip, the hip flexors. When we sit in a chair a long time, these can get really tight. And then straighten as best you can. We'll reach this time the right arm up, reach up tall, and take a side bend over to the left. Just see how that feels. You could have this back knee bent if that was too much. Just do what feels good in your body. And then inhale, rise up. And if you can now, see if you can reach way up and touch the airplane that's flying over our head. Reach way up. And then if you want to, reach the arms back. And then you could start to gently take the head back, gazing down the nose, and then inhale, rise up. And now we'll take it into the warrior two. So turn the back foot out. And now you were turning out, so you feel this nice right angle as best you can. And we just reach the arms and breathe here, gently gazing down the nose and over the fingertips. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. And just stay connected to the breath. And then we're going to take this into Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So we take the elbow down, circle, and reach. And start by looking down for a moment and noticing where your foot is, right? And then start to change the gaze. You could look straight ahead. You could even take your gaze up and feeling this nice side stretch. And then inhale, rise up. And now we're going to take it to goddess pose. So you could turn out here and just sit up. Let's take the arms this way today, just lifting the sternum. Try to open the knees. You could even use your hands if you wanted to, but sit way up, breathing. If you wanted to let go of the hands, you could come here. Just inhale, exhale. It's a nice stretch in the inner thighs and strengthening in the glutes, the external rotators. Breathe. And from here, we're going to do our best to stand up. So we'll take the feet a little closer, You could stay a little turned out, and you could use your hands here. You could gently lean forward, right? And maybe come up and then come back. You could even have your hands in the back. Inhale here, lean forward, press through the heels, and rise up. Maybe, just maybe, you don't need to use your hands. And just feel what that feels like. I'm going to go ahead and move my chair just so you could see, but keep yours against a wall or on a nice sturdy mat. And we're going to come into a variation of a down dog. So you could take your hands on your chair and walk back and just find yourself really pushing with the upper body and reaching down with the lower body for a nice foundation, and then the hips are lifted. So you should get a nice stretch in the hamstrings, the back of the legs. You could bend and straighten your knees a couple times. And just notice, what does that feel like? And do the best you can here. And now we're going to take it into a variation of upward facing dog. So keeping your hands on your support, just go to where you can. You could even bend the knees if you needed to, but we're just going to start to come forward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you could bend the knees. Like I said, you want your tail under, no back pain, so you have to keep the tail under. And once you get here, you lift up and roll the shoulders down and wide, lift the sternum, and slowly coming back and reaching. We'll try that again one more time. Stay here if that was too hard. Otherwise, see if you can come forward. You could bend the knees if you need to. Take the tail under, lift the heart way up, lift the sternum up, and take it back again. And breathe, and just notice the stretch. Then we'll slowly start to walk forward. And just notice, are you getting a nice forward bend here? Can you keep your back flat here? And breathe, and then see if you can just rise up. Now we're going to take the chair back. And we'll come into some more seated poses. So just see where you are. Can you reach? Maybe you take your hands to find that. And you come to seated. We're going to come into a nice stretch after that. So we're going to stretch out the glutes a little bit. So let the right ankle come over the left knee as best you can. And sit up as tall as you can and just really try to open that knee. If you felt like you could go deeper, you might be able to come forward. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Just try and sit way up and breathe. You should feel a nice stretch in the right glutes. And then we'll go to the other side. So slowly letting the left ankle come over the right knee, sit up as tall as you can and try and open this knee as best you can. You should feel these glutes, right in that whole left side. And maybe you can come forward. Just do what feels good in your body. And now slowly release that. We're going to come into a twist. So we're going to turn the body this way, right to the right, and sit up as tall as you can. Twists are really awesome if you move with breath. They're awesome anyway, but they're even better. So you plant this firm foundation with your feet, and then we're going to be turning the left ribs to the right. So take your hands to the back of your chair if you can, and lift up. And then on an exhalation, just start to turn the left ribs to the right. And you're trying not to turn the hips very much, just the ribs. So inhale, lift up as best you can. Exhale, turn to the right. And one more time, inhale, lift up. Turn the left ribs and let everything follow. The head is the last thing to turn, and breathe. And then inhale, coming back around. So this is really great if you're sitting at an office, or at your computer. You can pause every once in a while and come into this twist. So sit way up to start. Take a breath in. And remember, we're turning from the ribs, right? So lift up. Try and keep your feet firmly planted and just turn. Lift again. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your right ribs, like turn to the left. and lift up again. And don't take the head yet. Exhale, turn the ribs. Then slowly, maybe your head will come around, breathing. And then inhale, come back to the center. And we'll come to seated. And then from here, just sit up as tall as you can and take a moment. And let's just do a little cat here where you round forward, come forward and arch, and then come back again and lift up. Drop the head, pull the belly in, round the spine, start to come forward and up. And then we're going to reverse that and round and sit up. And then just take a moment here and notice the effects of this practice on your foundation, on your mind. And can you let this resonate in everything you do? Namaste.